Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Oh man, this has been one heck of a day here. One heck of a
Well,
day.
the reason why I wanted our show to start early today because my games come on today.
And what game is that?
Footballs, basketball.
Is that professional football or what? Because I don't know
I
any
don't
college
know.
games coming on.
I know the pro game is playing at 3 o'clock.
The who?
Milwaukee and
Oh, you talking about pro. You talking about Kansas City and somebody else, huh? Are they into playoffs yet?
no.
Okay. Usually when they start them Saturday games, they're in playoff mode, but I guess. I don't know. My thing is college until the pros get into playoffs. I don't usually watch them. I don't have no interest. Game's too long. Not very exciting for me, anyway. I see my boy at Philadelphia has broken the record, huh?
Yeah.
Shaquan Barkley. Yeah,
Yeah.
he done got some hell of a rushing numbers and stuff behind him.
They're talking MVP.
You kidding me?
No.
I didn't know that. I saw that he had his rushing numbers was out of sight, so he didn't do that with New York. But I guess coming to a different team, it's giving him some.
A serious line, bro. They got a serious line there. They ain't playing.
Yeah, and they got a good quarterback who can take the pressure off of him. But for some reason or another, man, Philly has always picked up some damn good running backs. They reach out there, man, that secondary market, and for the last 3 or 4 years, man, all their running backs and stuff, man, doing a damn good job. But they only play with them like 1 year, maybe two, and then they go someplace else because they're gonna make more money.
Well, running backs now, man, they used to be a commodity. Now
Yep,
they don't care.
yep. 1 or 2 years, 1 or 2 good years, and I guess they got to reach out and try to get as much money as they can because they life expectancy is not very long. So those QBs and stuff are the ones that's raking in all the big dough.
And the wide receivers. Wide
Well,
receivers making a nice check too.
uh, well, I guess. Anyway, man, it is Saturday, and Saturday is usually
Wonderful Saturday.
the day of rest. Well, for me, it's the day of rest and sitting back and enjoying the whole week. But sometimes it's not. Mr.
Yeah, a lot
Harvey
of
wants to talk.
honeydews to do.
Mr. Harvey told me before we got online, people, that customer service, we got to talk about them because it's horrible. Anytime you calling somebody up because you got a problem for your light bill or your internet bill or your cell phone bill or your banking account or whatever you got, don't call customer service.
Ed, I'm a cheapskate.
Yep, we know that.
So let me just say this. when you get a product and it don't taste as good as it used to be, most people just, man, what's wrong with it? This thing is smaller. It don't taste like it used to. And so you just go ahead on and eat it and then throw the package away. I don't do that. Anytime I get inferior stuff that is not that I'm accustomed to, I call them up and complain. And what do I get back?
Nothing.
Free products.
Free product. but you got time to sit on that line for an hour or two and waiting to get to somebody.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh
your
yeah.
hour or two time, man, at least mine is, it's worth money to me. I think that I'm wasting my time calling them up. I'd rather
Well,
just go ahead on and
I'm not gonna
return the
name the
price.
name of the company. I'm gonna use one example. Okay, this pizza is really good. I love the pizza. I get it in the frozen portion of the grocery store, and usually, they'll have a sale. You get two for $6 or whatever. So, so I buy my pizza. Okay, come home. I look at it, and it ain't big as you put. Your mama hands together. It ain't big as that. I was like, what the hell? What is this? Because usually, when you put it on the pan, the thing is way out, hanging out, and everything, real big, is meaty and all that. Man, I was so ticked off. I called them up. Lady told me to send a picture. I said, look how small this thing is. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, and all that. It wasn't the taste, it was just how small it was. So they sent me 2 coupons to get 2 free pizzas. Whenever you're not satisfied with a product, that's what you should do. Call customer service. It might take you a little while to get there. I
Gonna
mean,
take some
you
time.
call the banks, you call anybody that's customer service, your credit card company, whatever. It's like they don't customer service. I used to read books on customer service because when I used to work in customer service for a few years, and I used to just study how to be a good customer service worker. And I was making a lot of money being a customer service operator. The first time I made $35,000, I was working in customer service, and that was like almost 45 years ago.
Hmm.
And so what I'm saying, and back then that was a nice little check. So I'm working in customer service, so I'm reading how to be customer service. I'm listening to tapes how to be a good customer service person, how to sell the product while I'm in customer service and what have you. And now they don't care about customer service. They got AI, they got live operators that's on there. They do not care. They don't pick up the phone, and people complain, complain, complain. Just like you just said, you waited for all that time to try to get to the bank, and they didn't even pick up the phone.
They didn't. Well, they did pick up the phone, but the person who picked the phone up wasn't human. and and most of the time, if they the machine that they picked the phone up don't understand your language, you can't get nothing through because they're gonna keep asking you the same thing over and over and over again. You said this? No. Boom. This what I said.
But and so what they did is a lot of these corporations, you're aware of this, a lot of other people are aware of this, is that they started eliminating customer service and then took the little customer service available, they took them overseas.
Took them overseas, man. Them daggone folks over there in the Philippines, They got these call centers over there, and they first started out. They could they could they brought them in there who spoke English, but it was broken English, and it was incorporated into their language. So it was very hard to understand what they were saying. So
They got better over the years.
sometimes I have to tell them, I don't understand what's coming out of your mouth. I don't understand it. And then they say it again. I still don't understand. Let me
What's your
speak to
name again?
let me speak to a supervisor. They'll put a supervisor on, and his English is a little bit better. And then I say, well, I want to speak to somebody here in the United States of America. I got to speak to somebody here in this country. And then now, they'll tell you now, well, we can't send you back there no more. Because they don't want to lose they contract with AT&T or Comcast or whoever they got a contract with. So they don't want to send us back. So they tell you, well, you need to call back. So I call back, and they send me right back over there to them for them. And some of us, I asked them to say, are you in the United States? And they'll say, yeah. You know it. You hear that accent, and they over there in the Philippines. Man, it's a game. Oh, it is a horrible game. So I hate to call customer service, man. I usually try to go online with my computer so you can I figure out my little problems, or I do it my damn self. It's a mess. But that's what we contend with, Ted, because these companies and stuff, they realize that they either say they can't find anybody to run their call centers, or they just don't want to do it because it's cheaper to let it go overseas
Yeah, they
and,
save money.
and take a
Hundreds of
chance.
millions and millions of dollars.
Yep, and take a chance on losing a couple of customers and stuff and everything, and hope that the rest of them will still keep on with their service. But when you do get to somebody in U.S. of A. and stuff, they usually understand what's going on, and some of them they will give you a number where it's a direct number into their call center. Some of them won't now, but it all depends on who you are. Usually, them black folks they'll do it. They realize that you black and they want you to stay as a customer. So, but
Well,
anyway, man.
Ed, the thing is that, and I've heard these complaints. The small business people are beginning to not have good customer service as well. And the
Hmm.
one thing that if you want repeat business, if you want new business, if you want referral business, then you have to have good customer service. For example, a restaurant has to have good customer service. You know, anybody that's dealing with people face to face, you have to have good customer service. And retail, you have to have good customer service. And a lot of these corporations, I'm gonna be honest with you, these CEOs and all these high upperlinks, they don't really, I don't think they really realize what's going on. And it's a sad thing that they're doing this. They're allowing this to happen because I want you as a person that works for, let's say, B of A, you try to call in and see what kind of service you get. Then you'll see how frustrating it is.
Most of them won't do that though. They concerned with is that profit margin. They don't want to do anything else. I tell you what though, I found one company that I haven't had a lot of problems and stuff with, and that's Apple. They do a pretty good job with their customer service. Anytime you get on the line with one of those guys, they're here in the United States and they know exactly what they're doing, and they're very good. I have to give Apple that they're very good. They're probably the only company that I've ever called, and anytime I've ever called them, I've always been satisfied. And they usually we would get on the line and stuff within about 2 minutes and stuff and everything of you talking to that machine. If you on that machine for at least 2 or 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and they see that, and it automatically shifts over to a human being.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing too, Ed. that customer service always, you know, like I said, it brings new business, repeat business, referral business. And the thing is, if you're not behaving in that manner, then you lose your customers, and then you wonder why your business is going bad. Is because what happens if you don't like that bank, and that bank every time you call that bank, they don't give you good service. What you gonna do? You're gonna go to another bank. You're gonna take
Not
your money.
not necessarily. Yeah, I don't say that. Not necessarily now, because I
If you
haven't.
don't,
I've been with my bank for over 20 some years,
I've been with my
and
bank for over 40 something years.
yeah, well, I've had trouble and stuff and everything, but usually if I go by the bank and everything, they're usually right there on top of me, and most of them know me. How you doing, Mr. Bishop? Personally, and even though I only go in there periodically, maybe once, 3 or 4 times a year, but they still remember me. I guess because I'm so tall, I'm very obvious and stuff that who I am. And I usually come in there and I usually sit down and talk to them like they're human beings, and they talk to me like they're human beings. So they remember folks like that. But I just can't leave them alone and go to uh, some of them other banks, because what bank was it that took their customers and stuff for some of the tune of $500 million and stuff and everything, and adding accounts to them and all that?
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo.
They just, we did a story on them about money laundering
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
It's that's why, I kind of stopped you and said, wait a minute, hold it. I think I'm still going to stay with my BOA, and even though they have some problems and stuff there, but I usually gonna have to stay with
Well,
it.
I used to be a mortgage person and a personal banker there, and the one thing that B of A never dealt with is national, and I guess it must be some kind of restrictions to that. You can't have a national accounts. Now
Why not?
maybe it might have changed. Now I left there 15 years ago, but what I'm saying is that at that time you could not have a national. It must have been some kind of rule or restrictions or something like that. You could not go across the lines. So like if you came from Georgia, you had to shut that account down and open it up here in Florida.
I never heard of that. Never heard of that.
That's
That you
because
would
you
have.
never did it. Try to do it.
Mm-mm.
Because I used to get customers like that all the time, and obviously the customers be complaining, why I got to open up a new account? Why I got to shut this down? Why I got to transfer my money back to here and all that. And that's the way it was. Same thing if you came from California.
Hmm.
Now
I
you
didn't know
still
that.
get the longevity. like on my accounts, I've been with B of A for 40 something years.
Mm-hmm.
So the point is that it must be some kind of regulations or something like that, because I know every quarter we used to have to do an update, an audit, and all that in each one of our banks.
Mm-hmm.
So, but customer service to me is one of the most important things, because I don't know. I mean, nowadays, you got so many opportunities. There's so many choices. There's so many same kinds of businesses that people go to. Just like going to a clothing store. You got all kind of. Oh, by the way, did you hear about Macy's?
Mm-mm.
65 closures, bro. What's going on? 65 closures.
I think it's probably a number of things and stuff that have caused that. Not because Macy's doesn't have the quality of products and stuff and everything there. It's just that People, these big box stores, man, have created some problems and stuff for people. They created a lot of problems. Amazon has created a lot of problems, man, for these stores. A lot of problems because a lot of people now they're going online and getting their stuff through Amazon, and I'm guilty because I go in there. I'm guilty, man. I'm telling you, I'm guilty. Uh, all of my children are guilty. All my some of my grandchildren guilty. we just we want something. I'm going to Amazon. They ain't going no store. They go to Amazon. And they usually can find it on Amazon, and then they'll get it shipped. One of my daughters, man, I don't think she shops any place else but Amazon.
Mm,
She even buys her food on Amazon.
mm.
Everything. She go to Amazon. She pick it right up on her phone. Boop, 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 and say, I need this. And she and they constantly come into her house, dropping boxes off, man. Hey, you need to go to some of these stores, keep them in business and stuff. Go down to Kroger or someplace and buy your food. He said, Daddy, it's cheaper to do it this way. And more convenient. I get on my phone. Doo, 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 doo. So that's one of the things that's causing all that stuff. Big box stores are doing that. And I know that Macy's have tried because they got my email and man, they sent me all kind of advertisements and stuff and everything to buy stuff and everything with them, man. But I just refuse to do it. Refuse to do it. So they've tried, and I understand what's going on. If they can't make their profits and stuff and everything, that's what happens for them. Because and we better be careful to it because these big box stores and stuff, once they get to that monopoly and everything, we're gonna be in trouble.
Well, that's what's going on right now.
Right. They're gonna be charging us whatever they want to charge. But
Grocery
luckily on
stores want to be a monopoly. The retail stores want to be a
be a
monopoly.
monopoly.
All of that, you know.
Your cell phone companies are trying to monopolize by buying up these other cell phone companies and stuff. Because all of these uh, local cell phone companies and stuff, the Boost and I think Boost and somebody else and stuff, they all owned by these big companies, but they just let them keep the names. But they own. They own either by T-Mobile own them or AT&T owns them or Verizon owns all of them. And because if you look at it, you go to these little stores and stuff, and they'll got down there, but these big corporations own them. They done bought them up.
Yeah, it's something like I would say it's something that like PayPal. You know who
Oh
PayPal is
man,
owned by?
yeah. Peter Thiel, I think, owns part of them and everything, but I don't know who else owns. He's just a co-owner and stuff of them. But I don't use PayPal that much, man. I just stopped. I started way back about 5 or 6 years ago. I started using them for some things, but I just stopped. I didn't trust them.
Well, I didn't either. So I've never used them. But the thing is, you know, we already talked about it that Elon Musk was part of that ownership too.
Hmm.
But the thing is, they sold it to eBay for $1.7 billion.
I did not know eBay had bought them. I really didn't. That was a very quiet sale. I did not know eBay had bought
I
it.
remember when they bought it, but the thing is that they kept it separate. Like, and that's what brought that
Right,
triggered me when you
right,
said separate, because for years it was with eBay only, and the reason why they bought it is so that they can make their customers easier, so they can shop on eBay,
right.
and it worked real good. They made a lot of money for a while until all these other, Amazon came along and all that, but eBay kept it separate, and now it's a stock all by itself,
Man, that's probably a good
and it's
idea.
worth. I think last time I checked, I think it was like worth a couple $100
Mm,
a share.
that might have been a
Maybe
good.
it might not be that high now. I don't know.
That might have been a good move by eBay to do that to keep it separate.
Yeah,
Because
because they probably making a lot of money off of that.
right, because I do some shopping on eBay, but not a lot, not as much as I used to. I used to
Yeah,
buy
that
all
was a
my
hot item for a while.
yeah, I used to buy my cars off of eBay.
okay.
Yeah, I used to go to eBay, man, buy cars, but now I found other outlets and stuff to buy my cars and stuff now.
You
So,
found what?
huh?
You said what?
I find other outlets and stuff to buy
Oh,
them now.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. If there's a thing called Edmund, Carfax, about two or three other online companies, cars for sale. They all have cars and stuff on their sites and everything now, and I
Think
used to
what
go
you
to them now.
just said.
Huh?
Think what you just said, bro.
What?
Now here you are. I'm tripping. I'm buying my cars online. I'm buying my furniture online. I'm buying my food online. I'm,
Yeah.
what is going on?
That's what's happening. That's why Macy's is going out of business because everybody's going online buying their stuff. Even though Macy's is online, but it just but their products and stuff is a little bit higher. You're going to have to pay for it, and you can't go there and sit there and try their clothes on to understand that their quality is different than the other folks' products and stuff are. So because you can't go there and feel that quality and feel it on your body or whatever, then you don't want to buy it from them. You buy
Well,
it from
see, this is
Amazon.
where politics come in at, Ed. The reason why I sort of kind of exaggerated a little bit. This is where politics come in at, bro. Because number one, you got to have that supply chain.
Yeah.
And what do these big corporations do? The ones that make, Amazon is a what, a $2 trillion company now?
Who,
It,
Amazon?
huh?
Well, when you talk about Amazon now, you have to talk about at least two or three companies and stuff inside of one.
But what I'm saying is this, is that they have these big storage houses full of stuff. And then, they got some kind of mechanism where they make money because now you or I can join and then we can sell our stuff on Amazon as well.
Right. That's a second and third party, sometimes fourth party in the negotiations with them.
And even you have other companies, major companies that is on Amazon.
Right. Apple sells their products on Amazon. They have a big thing with Apple products and stuff like there on Amazon that you can buy their products. But the good thing about buying Apple products and stuff on Amazon is that you can find sales and stuff on Amazon, whereas on Apple you can't. Apple, you buy their products and that's it. That's all they got. Or they have a recondition section and stuff and everything where they got some items and stuff that people have traded in and they use their people to recondition them and then they'll put them on there on this secondary sale thing. But you have to really go on their website and find that stuff because it's not easily acceptable to find it. But with Amazon and stuff, they have their brand new products on Apple and stuff, and they also have their warehouse sales and stuff with Apple. And I found that shopping on Amazon is very, very lucrative, man, if you know what the heck you're doing. Very lucrative. I bought a lot of stuff on Amazon, man, that I didn't pay half of what if I had to went and bought it someplace else.
Well, there's a place not too far from here, maybe about 25, 30 miles. And what they do is all these returns
Right,
they put in different categories. They all
right,
$10 or whatever they
right,
are. ten
right,
dollars here, $20 there, $30
right,
there. But the thing is, you can't open the box.
right,
You don't. A lot of times they'll tell you the box will tell you what it is and all of
right.
that. Some of it, and people go in there. They open like certain times of the day,
Hmm.
and it's only open for a few hours, and they have loads of stuff that have been returned.
Right. And they put them
From
all on the pallet and sell it. Yeah. Now, Best Buy has something like that they call open box,
really,
where
I've
you
never
can
heard that one.
Yeah, so if you go on Best Buy, there's a section and stuff there
But that's
called Open
online.
Box. Yeah,
Online.
it's online. It's
That's
online. Yeah,
online. This
you
is
can go buy
physical.
open box where somebody bought it, didn't like it, they brought it back to Best Buy. So Best Buy opens it up, looks at it, makes sure it's okay, and then they'll put it back in the box and stuff, and then they'll seal it up. But they'll call it open box instead of new. So you get a discount for going there to buy an open box, but you got to, it's a chance that it may not work. But most of the time, it's a pretty good product and stuff you can buy from them open box.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing is that there was I don't know, it probably still is available. There used to be a store online that's called Overstock.
right.
You ever
I've
heard of
been
that?
there. I've been there. I've been to that site too.
Okay. So like the thing is, there's always a way to sell product,
Hmm.
whether
I
it's
know. Yeah, I know of two guys that I know, and both of them are foreigners and stuff, and they go to these stores and they'll buy, and especially these warehouse stores like Costco's and Sam's Club, and they'll buy. Oh man, oh man, man.
why
Hold up,
don't you cut your
you can do it anyway. Anyway, uh, what were we talking about, man?
well, we was talking about all these discount places.
Oh, I was telling you about those two guys that I know. They go and man, they're very lucrative. They'll go into Costco's and Sam's Club, and sometimes Sam's Club will have a pallet of stuff and everything that they want to get rid of, and they'll go in there and they'll buy the whole pallet. They'll make a deal with the manager of the store, buy the whole pallet and stuff. They'll take it, have their guy to come by and get it in a trailer or whatever, and then they'll take it to their Amazon distribution center, and then they'll put that stuff online and sell it. Discontinued items and stuff that they got, candy and stuff like that. I saw them come in and buy a whole pallet of this particular candy and stuff and everything, and they bought it and stuff and put it online through Amazon and stuff, and they made a nice little profit off of it, and that's how they make their money.
There's
The guy told me
man,
it's very
there's
lucrative.
all kind of ways to make money and to hustle.
Right, it is on that market out there, and the folks and stuff who are watching this show. Hey, you shouldn't have a problem and stuff trying to make some money because the opportunities and stuff is out there. You just got to be a little imaginative and start to deal with it. Because especially with Amazon, because they've gotten so big and stuff now that they started out, allowing their employees. They would give them $20,000 to start their own company, where they would have trucks coming in, picking their products up and everything, and delivering Amazon's products. And now they open it up to anybody who wants to come in. They don't give them that $20,000 incentive, but you can have maybe two or three vans and stuff and everything, and they will allow you to sign a contract with them to deliver their products.
Mm.
Very lucrative, man. If you want to get into the business and stuff and everything, and all you got to do is have somebody to drive the truck and deliver the product. They'll give you everything you need. All you do is go online, and they'll give you access and stuff to their delivery scheme and everything, and you just pick their stuff up. And they got certain places where they'll put this stuff at different times of the day, and you just go by there and pick it up, put it on your truck, and deliver it, and make money. They pay you for it.
I saw a deal where a person said that you can start your own trucking business for $4,800.
Hmm.
There's so many ways to make big money.
It is. And they provide it for you, but you just got to be persistent with it and figure out that when you first get started in the business and stuff, you're not going to make a lot of money doing it, but you have to be persistent with it and understand the ins and outs and stuff of it. And once you start doing that, after about a year or two of doing it and everything, then you find out how you can start making money. You start making money on those edges and stuff. But sometimes you'll drive those trucks and stuff, man, and you probably won't make but $20 and stuff in a day. But you get to the point where you can figure out where that that allowance, that profit and that margin and stuff that you have to pay out there for your cost, and reduce that cost and everything, and then your profits are going to start going up.
I had this guy come to the bank, and every Friday he deposited his check. He drove a big old one of those dump trucks,
Mm-hmm.
and all he would do is pick up dirt or
Mm-hmm.
rocks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was bringing every week. He was bringing $3,000 to $5,000 every week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But he had an overhead. He had a car out there. That truck cost a lot of money. I'm pretty sure he was paying on the truck. He had to put fuel in the truck and everything. And there's maintenance and stuff you have to have on the truck. But you have to consider and stuff and everything that after you pay all of your debts and everything and stuff, whatever you got left over, that's your profit. And I've seen people do that, especially around these areas that are growing and stuff. They need dump trucks and stuff and everything to move the dirt and stuff out. And
He used to always brag and say, "I don't have to even get out the truck."
yeah, most of the time he does because they'll load the truck up for him and give him where he got to go. He deliver the stuff and everything, open the gate up and dump it because you at these big construction sites and these guys want that gravel or they want those rocks or they want that sand or they want whatever at a certain spot and they'll tell you where they want to put it at. Okay, drive right over there, open it, open the gate up, and sometimes they open the gate up for him. Boop, pop it up and everything, and they just dump it out. When it gets empty, they close it back down, back door shut and everything. They just take back off and keep doing it. And they give them a slip for doing that. Every time they do that, they get a slip. You live it, you get your slip sign. That's all they got to do. And they pay them.
Yeah, the
There's
money's
money in
out
it.
there. The money's
There's
out
money.
there.
There's money in it. You got to
The
stay
money's
with it. And you got those the DOT and stuff and everything regulates those trucks and everything. So you got to make sure that you following the Department of Transportation rules. You got to get the Department of Transportation number on the side of your truck. You know, there's other stuff you got to get done, but you can get it done. You just have to figure out how to get it done. So anyway, that stuff going on out there, Mr. Harvey. I had something I wanted to say here. About 4 or 5 months ago, uh, Mr. Tyler Perry had this big media complex down here and right around the outskirts of Georgia over in Fort Stewart. He leased that property for 100 years and the government gave it to him. And he has huge studios out there. Part of his thing was when they produced a movie, you might have to leave Atlanta and go to Colorado or go down to uh, the Bahamas or places like that to finish your movie out. So he decided that he was going to spend almost $1 billion, which he's just dropping the bucket for my boy because he's pulling in a lot of money, buddy. And he decided he was going to build a studio that allows him to get rid of some of those external scenes and stuff that he had to do so he can produce the entire movie right here in Atlanta. He was set to spend that money. And somebody walked up there to him and said, I got something to show you. It was called SORA,
Spell it.
SORA,
What is it?
AI. It produces a computer generated clips. Today, I went and saw another article and stuff, and Chat AI has did some improvements on SORA, and now they can generate a complete game shoot. All these, all these kids get online and they shooting games and they sitting down there doing that. Well, AI can generate a they said a 30-minute clip and stuff now of somebody playing that game and stuff, and the AI generated. It's not real, but it's generated by artificial intelligence, and it's incorporated in, into SORA.
Mm.
All you have to do is tell SORA what you want it to do, and it will produce that clip for you.
Mm.
A video audio clip, it will produce it for you. You don't even have to happen. It's just out there in the air.
So
And
what is it? Is it a piece of software? Is it
it's a
something
AI
that can?
generated, it's AI generated computer media enactment that it will show you on a screen, on a computer screen.
So
And it
what you have to
looks
do? Just go
it
online and
and it looks exactly like a clip. It has everything in there. It has the person who's shooting the gun. It has the background in it. It has the little man running around there. It has the little flowers and stuff that he's jumping over and out into space or whatever. All these little game console stuff they got going on. The whole daggone scene of the game console is there, including the background and the foreground. It's all there. Computer generated.
you brought that up for what reason? I know why you brought it up, but I'm just asking.
Tyler Perry stopped that project, and a whole lot of people's jobs and stuff and everything didn't happen after the guy showed him what this thing will do for his movie studio. And he's probably looking at not having a lot more people on these shows and stuff that he's producing and everything because he can use AI to create canvases and stuff and backgrounds and all that stuff, or street scenes or whatever. You won't need to have these old cars and stuff sitting out there because this daggone thing will computer generate a scene and stuff from the 1920s or the 1800s or out in the daggone ranch or whatever. It produces those scenes. The only thing you're going to need is the actors and stuff and everything to sit out there and say something or whatever you want to get done. So all these people who are paid to build these scenes and stuff for them inside the studio, jobs could be in jeopardy.
Well, that's what I want you to come to. That's exactly what I was thinking. And the thing is that you have all these craftsmanship people
Mm.
that know how to do these things. They make their living on that.
They
They've
make
been
their
doing
living.
it.
They make their
And
living
you,
on these studios, movie studios. Their living is being made by what's going on there. The only problem that most people are not looking at is that for AI to do this, you have to have a huge, huge area for the data to be stored at. And it's not human. So you're going to have to figure out if AI right now is not human. So that human interest and stuff that you are expecting is not there. When
you
you
mean
have when
it's
you
not
have
the physical going through the door. So if I got to
right.
go through a door,
If you've got a scene that you are producing and everything, and you using AI to produce the characters and stuff that's in that daggone scene, that human element, that Denzel Washington type emotion and stuff in that particular scene, it can't produce that. When you have these famous actors and stuff out there doing it, they have a knack about themselves that the machine cannot reproduce. If you're
yet
producing a scene and
they
everything and
can't do
something
it yet.
right, that human element is not there. And it cannot produce that yet. Only thing it can produce is that boop, 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 with no emotion. or something changes, or one of the actors and stuff moves in a different manner. When they're producing those movies and stuff, those actors and stuff and everything automatically can see what the heck is going on, and they can change their script just like that and make it seem as real as possible. A machine can't do that. That's the only thing that's stopping. And they haven't saw that yet, that you need that human element. So I think the only thing that Tyler wants to do with them is to produce the background and not the actual characters and stuff that's inside those movies and the directors and stuff who are directing those movies.
That's not legal. They can't do that, can they?
Yeah. He can produce they can take a background and change that background inside of a movie and anytime they get ready. They have their software to do it. Right now they can do that. You can change the background.
It's called SORA AI.
SOR.
So
SORA.
you have to have a special permission to use that because that's cost money.
Right. You have to pay them to bring that stuff in there so you can use it. But it's cheaper than for you to sit out there and produce a scene and
And
have the
then they
people
give you permission to use it. That's yours, and then he has to store it.
some people can buy it. You can buy the software and everything, but somebody and stuff has to sit back there. The job that's going to create it after that are the people who are sitting there behind that computer screen, who are telling AI what they want to happen. Say you got a scene sitting out there and somebody is skiing down a mountain, and you want the skier to make a jump. You want him to reach a certain height and everything. You want to get to a certain height, and then he has to come back down. Okay. That person and stuff that's sitting there behind it can tell AI, well, I only want the skier to go this high and then come back down. Or I want the skier to get up into the air and turn around.
Now, is this a make believe person that's skiing, or is this a real
Right.
person
AI creates that scene, the clip.
with the likeness of the actor?
Sometimes, yeah,
That shouldn't be legal.
it is. As long as they're not doing any, and that was the point of them putting the article out there, that there's a thin line between copyright and producing what they are producing. They're getting into closely into copyright infringement.
I'm getting an eerie feeling about this, bro.
Yes, you are. You better.
I'm getting an eerie feeling about this.
Yeah,
This right here is scary.
it is.
And a lot of people that's not up on AI, you know, and don't know what's going on, they think they're watching a regular movie.
Mm-hmm.
That they are
Absolutely.
really actually
Absolutely.
doing what they're doing.
Absolutely. And anybody who is doing
So all you watching is a cartoon.
right, anybody who is got some this nefarious motives and stuff behind them can produce a movie and stuff showing you with some woman that you have never seen, and the movie looks absolutely real.
Goodbye, stunt men and women.
Some of them, some of them, some of them are gone. Not all of them. Some of them are gone. But you are still creating more jobs and stuff here because somebody has to sit back there and everything and manipulate that
But we're
data and stuff
talking
that they're using.
artistic
Huh?
abilities. We're talking about artists, people that are actors. They spend their whole life training to be actors,
Mm-hmm.
training to be stunt people, training
Mm-hmm.
to all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, man, I'm gonna tell you that industry. You know, when I used to be an accountant, I worked as an accountant slash bookkeeper, and I'm gonna tell you something. I when I was working in the manufacturing and doing the accounting, bookkeeping, cost accounting, all of that, budgets and all that, everything was spreadsheets, handwritten. I had my little pencil. I used to do, you know, balance all that and have my little calculator. computers started coming aboard. Spreadsheets and all that, you can put it on. And I'm looking up saying to myself, this right here, they gonna knock accountants out of a job.
Mm-hmm.
I say, this is not a good field. And at that time, accountants wasn't, this was 19 in the late 70s. And I'm gonna tell you, you could tell that it was changing because right now you can put a bunch of numbers in a software, and you can get a balance sheet and everything else, profit and loss, all of that. All you got to do is put in the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to worry about penciling it in, and you ain't got to have no big old books and nothing like that.
And when did this happen?
This started happening in the early, probably right around the early '80s, middle '80s and '90s.
Okay. And then we're in the year 2024, and we still have who? Accountants.
Not many.
But we still have them.
Those are just. I would say most of them are just analysts and tell what the numbers are.
But we still have accountants. They still have jobs going on. Their jobs. When you create something, it creates other things. When you create something else, it creates other stuff for you. You just have to
And
keep up. And our problem and stuff is, Ted, is that we want to remain the same. We want to keep everything all the same and everything, keep those jobs the same. But the jobs are going to change just like times are changing. So when you have your carpenter who was sitting out there and he is sitting on the set of a movie theater and he's helping to produce a background or a scene and stuff there. And then when you bring in AI and AI is producing that scene and everything, where does the carpenter go? Well, the carpenter, because he knows exactly what's going on and ins and out of creating corners or whatever and everything, when it comes to AI, AI doesn't know all those little intricate details and stuff that the carpenter knows. So he's going to have to put these intricate details and stuff into AI, into the data set, so they can create exactly what he wants them to create. So his job and stuff has went from being a manual person to sitting there on the computer screen and telling them what they have to do.
this is what I'm saying. That's exactly what the accountants are doing now. What
But
they're doing,
a lot of them are fearing that, oh, they took my job, and they just give up, and not knowing that you can still keep your job and stuff and everything, because you're gonna tell the person and stuff who, like Tyler Perry, is looking down there, and all he's seeing is the big picture and stuff, but you were seeing the little intricate details and everything that he's not seeing, that he needs to know about. That you still need me, Tyler, because look over in that corner over there. When you see that picture and stuff, that detail is not there. I can tell a computer to put this detail in there and then show the details. So when you produce the scene out there and everything, and you want a different detail, I can tell the computer how to create that different detail.
so his title is uh, video analysis carpenter,
Carpenter, probably.
whatever.
Absolutely.
So,
But most of them give up because they took my
but
job.
Ed, Ed, here's the deal though. What do carpenters like to do? Work with their hands.
But still, they can still work with their hands, that they're just working with their eyes because they understand those details.
They
They
like to
understand
work
them
with their
angles.
hands. I'm just saying that's a skill. People that's
It
very
is,
good in
it
working with
is,
their
but
hands.
you haven't lost your skills and stuff and everything to do what you want to do. So okay, they taken away some of those skills and your hands thinking everything. So you saying to yourself, in the 8 hours that I'm sitting there messing with Tyler Perry, I'm gonna look there, and they don't need me for those 8 hours. So I just come in there and do my little job in 2 or 3 hours, and I can go home and I can make cabinetry. I can go home and create cabinets and stuff for people who need these cabinets and stuff out there to go inside their homes. Or I can go in there and create other stuff and everything on my own and make money and stuff doing that if I want to use my hands. Because building of homes and building of apartments and building of these commercial buildings and stuff has not stopped.
Well, that's true. That's true. All of that is true. But I'm just saying we're talking about a certain industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm
Yep, I
saying.
is. So if you want to continue with your hands, then okay, fine. Then you can go off into another industry because carpenters are needed out there, all over. They need more homes, just like they were saying back when the politics and election was going on. We need more houses, and they do. They need more housing. If you need more housing, it takes a physical person to get out there and do it. Because
Well,
he
you know what
lost
the
his
you
job
know.
in the media industry doesn't mean he's lost his job out there because he can go out there and start building more homes.
Well, usually that's what people do. They adapt to
Absolutely.
um, progress and what have you. Either you join it or you sort of kind of go somewhere else and use your
Absolutely.
skills in another kind of way.
Absolutely.
However, the point is that progress and change. One thing I was always told, if it's always going to be change,
Right.
and
You're
you
going
have
to
to
change.
learn how to
How to
adapt to
adapt
that
to that
change.
change. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Once
You
you've
have to
learned one
adapt.
thing,
Don't sit down there and say, I ain't going to do it. All they doing this and complaining
once
about
you
it. Get
learn
off
one
your
thing, you got to
behind
learn.
and
Make,
adapt.
yeah, it's all about adapting and
All
learning,
about adapting what's going
continuous
on
learning, because it's always going to be change. Because there are people out there thinking,
every
how
day.
can I make this better? How can I make this cheaper? How can I make it where it'll be efficient? So
Absolutely. And there's always the illegal element out there. So they're still robbing banks. They're not using a gun. There's not a gun. They robbing banks, but they don't use a gun no more. They ain't got to have a gun no more. And they ain't got to get out of their little room. They can stay in a little bit of room and rob a bank.
they ain't got
They're
to
still
snatch
there.
your purse and take your credit cards neither.
Absolutely. You can reach right in your pocket in the bank and take your money. Yes, sir. That's why when you go to those gas pumps, all these companies and stuff, if they're doing anything right and everything, they got something that's sitting underneath that where you slide your card at. There's a piece of paper and stuff sitting there, plastic paper, because they got people who put card readers and stuff underneath the thing inside of the gas pump. And when you stick your card in that daggone gas pump, it's reading your card and getting the data off of it and going and using your stuff. Hey man, everybody making some money. They still thieves out there, except they steal in a different kind of
I
way
forgot. I don't even remember the number, the total money that's being stolen,
every day,
digital
every
wise.
day,
Digital, billions of dollars,
every day,
billions of dollars.
every day. They got departments out there in Bank of America has a whole department with about 300 or 400 people in there trying to figure out how to stop these thieves from stealing their customers' money. You might make a transaction in you live in Florida, you make a transaction in Massachusetts, and somebody in that department might say, we're going to deny that transaction because that's not normal. That's he has he whoever they cut he or she is not doing their transactions normally. So they have to figure out what's going on. That's how these folks track you. You imagine driving from Florida to Chicago. You think they don't know you're going to Chicago? Yes, they do. So you're going to stop on the way and buy gas. You're going to go to another state, you're going to buy gas. You're going to get Chicago and you're going to buy gas. Or you're going to purchase something and that thing on their card. They know exactly where you're going.
And they tell us now
And they're tracking you.
they can hear us on these phones.
Absolutely. They're tracking you. You don't know they are, but they tracking you. They can tell you where you're going. You go buy online and buy your airplane ticket. They know where you're going. You can use your credit card to buy that daggone airplane ticket. He getting ready to go to Las Vegas. So when you start making charges in Las Vegas, they already know. Up, He bought that ticket. Got a Delta flight going there today. Now, if you go past that time on that Delta flight and stuff and everything, and you still charging stuff, and you back in Atlanta or you back in Tampa, and the charges are still being made in Las Vegas, something wrong, we're going to deny that charge. And then they're going to send you a text message and say, did you make this charge? Because they got people in that daggone room and stuff who was monitoring that shit 24/7. And they got to pay them to do
And
it.
that's hundreds and hundreds of transactions.
Absolutely. And that's
Thousands
most
of transactions.
and those people, it has created more jobs. Final word, Ted.
Hey, technology is a gas, ain't it?
Yes, that is, man. It's
It's
here, and it's
amazing.
here. It's here. It's here. And we're hoping that most of you folks will still realize that some of the things that we're telling you is true. This is what's going on out here in this world that we're living in right now. And this is how you're going to sit down there and save money, or you're going to make money. And there's always a way of getting a job out there. You just got to be innovative and go and do it. And quit sitting down there complaining and say, get up off your behind. There's stuff out there for you. You just got to go out there and figure out how to do it. And Ted,
Yep.
there's a whole lot of people sitting right there in their home and their little daggone offices and stuff and everything, and they done created themselves a job. I was sitting down there, Ted, trying to figure out what the heck I was doing this morning. I was trying to figure out something, and something popped up on my daggone computer screen and stuff, and they said people can make $140 a month just by filling out a form and looking at somebody's product. They will pay you to get on the computer screen. You got to sit on the computer screen for maybe 30 minutes, and you can make $140 a month just by telling them about their product. You look at the product, you don't like it or not, they pay people to do that. So that's one little check you can have coming in every month. You know, that can pay the daggone gas bill or something. Hey, that my gas bill been paid. I'm just sitting on the computer screen. They pay people to do that. And they have people who doing customer service who are at home.
Yeah.
They sitting right there at their house. They pay them to sit on there with a little. You get your earpiece to go in your ear, and you got your phone line that comes right through your computer. You just sit there and wait till the calls come in. The insurance companies doing it all the time for their people and stuff who are out there in the street and everything, and they have towing on their insurance. The cars are breaking down all the daggone time. They call up the insurance company and everything, and there's somebody sitting there in their house and stuff and everything, figuring out where the person is at and trying to get them a tow truck over there to get their car and get it towed someplace. And they pay them to do that. You sitting right at your home. You haven't left. You still in your pajamas. Barefooted, or buck naked if you want to be, because they can't see you. Excuse me. But that's what's going on out there, and they pay you to do it. You stay on there for 8 hours. Put it on your ear. You can walk around the house, do your cooking and everything. When the phone rings, boop, you get it. Hey, you making money. Stop complaining, people. Money be made. Because we on the money connection.
Money is to be made.
The money to be made, my friend, because we on the money connection. We gonna connect you with that money. Bye.